Citizens of the Year dinner, so I didn't really mention anything. Just to touch on that briefly, because I know it got passed around and there was rumors. Councilman Paul and I had some words after a council meeting, and not that he was coming here before that, but that only made it worse. I did reach out to him. I think I CC'd you on that email, and he did reply a week later, and I just haven't had time to call him and meet with him. But now that my season's slowing down, it is my intent to call Councilman Babola, sit down and have a face-to-face meeting with him. And in my email, I said I would have no problem with Darren being present. I'll leave that up to Dave if he wants not present for that meeting. But I am going to meet with Dave. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, there was a little bit of anger between the two of us.
For everyone's information on the board and for the public, I don't know if anybody else on this board has been confronted with anybody on city council or within that area at least.
No.
But I struck up a good rapport with David Bull and Dave Ballard. Both of them seem responsive in comments back and forth, and I haven't had any problems with the communication with them. Usually, if I send something out or ask a question, usually a day or two they do respond back in a decent manner. You know?
And Don has been CCing me on those emails.
Right, I try to pass it on to you just in case.
Okay, well then, in that case, is there any way you can reach out to them and confirm who our council liaison is and if they will start coming to meetings?
Sure, I'll send out a recommendation to them and see how they reply.
Yeah.
I don't know if they want to hear from me, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just asking because I tried at council meetings and I got nowhere, so I mean, maybe
I
we
know
can get some.
that David Bull was quite receptive at the beginning, and it's like he runs hot and cold for some reason. You know, you never know which way he's going to be when you talk to him, you know what I mean? And then Dave Ballard, not to say anything about Dave, but he's a city politician, so it's hard to know exactly which tongue, which side of the fork he speaks, you know what I mean? But I haven't had any problems with either one of them, and I don't know if it's just the way they act, or I just take it for face value, that's what I think.
Okay, old business. Does any manager have any old business?
I do. I got some community service stuff that was handed to me to pass off to the board president, and this originally came from Joe O'Bay.
Right, okay. Joe just has the contact number in?
I'm sorry, I was in conversation.
This is the packet that Don just gave me, that double community service from you. You gave this to Don.
Okay.
It's got it has the guy's name on there. If there's Donald Douglas on there, Donald Dunlap or something. He's the one that was working on the docks and we ran into the
he's
show. And he still has,
I know.
theoretically, he still has our one dock hinge that we had manufactured by community service because he was going to use it as a model for an adjustment he was going to do on the dock. And he still has a box of screws that he acquired through Fastenal, and basically he never turned them over to the board either. But that was at least that was a couple $100 worth of screws which they donated to the project.
Okay, now Wendy Young would be the contact.
Wendy Young.
So I got an email here, so I don't have to call her, I can email.
You can email her. She's very, very good to work with. She'll respond to what your needs are if you give her enough time to do that. And then, if I may, I'm not quite sure what I gave Don, but some of that stuff might be
Election material.
Old election material.
Okay, this will have to be filed. Tony,
But
I
no,
got the keys for the cabinet.
if there's anything there regarding probation department, that has to be confidential.
Right.
Yeah,
This stuff is election.
That they're.
Election.
I must have been trying to clean things out. My hand is things done. I got about 8 more cases if you want them. You're more than welcome to have them.
After winter installed, I got something we can burn too.
And if I may, before I forget, if you have photos that you want to use for future presentations like Wood Street Fair, Office Max has a 50% off sale going on now, so you can get a real decent size, poster size print for like $20 instead of 40. And they do it right there while you wait. I got one of my grandson on the beach.
Oh, this was some of the
that's what they
Joe
are.
Bade had.
Yeah, that's what they
Joe
are.
Bade had. We didn't know where they were.
That must be those people who are signing up to help or something, is that
Yeah,
right?
this is years worth.
Or is that they had to sign up on one side? I know Mary was working at one time, first or second cleanup. They had to sign up on the mainland and then sign up again.
Oh, this is from the actual cleanup with phone numbers and emails.
It was required that they sign up both when they got to the island, when they got back, so you knew nobody was left out there on the island.
Good practice.
Yeah,
It's
if that's what that was. And I've got 8 cases more, if you want me to drop them off, I can.
No, we don't have any. Any other old business? I have this list still from Don. I know that Don gave it to everybody, and it was some of our shortcomings. And maybe with that new committee, we can work on some of these. Did everybody look these over, or did they just put them with their, everybody got it? Don handed one of these to everybody last month, did you not? Don?
Yeah, I handed one
Last
over
month.
last
Okay,
month.
I thought- I
Yeah, it
thought-
wasn't today. There was just a thought of some of the stuff that I remember we had mentioned, but we never seemed to went any further than
Yeah,
mentioning
I
it.
remember it now.
And that would be good for the new committee.
Don, we can handle the community service end of it. What we need to do is just put a plan on what we actually need done, and I think
Yeah.
basically right now it's the docks, correct?
We need to get the docks finished up and get them moved, one way or the other.
Because I can get them across. I know we can get them across, it's just finishing.
Well, I know I spoke with the Cook family, and they basically told me they could do anything. I mean, you have to realize, they're the ones who got 100 of the rubbish bags.
Yeah.
6
They
years
must have a
worth of
good
rubbish they
boat.
got
How
on the
big's
side.
their boat?
They only have 2 aluminum boats. I don't think they're much more than 12 or 14
Because
foot
I
high.
got a 16 that's almost 17 and a half feet
Well,
long.
they towed the flat bottom boats with a dozen rubbish bags in each one of them, contractor bags. Plus they loaded them in their canoes too, and towed them that way, and then they loaded them into their trucks and they took them down to and it was sad because when they got down to the recycling place, they wanted to know if they had all the glass bottles taken out of them.
Jimmy actually asked him that, he don't care what goes in there.
And they says,
I'm
no.
sorry, hang on a second. Can we cut the side conversations to a minimum? I've seen this a lot at the past few meetings, and,
Yeah, it picks it up.
I mean, we're
on
here
this.
for a reason.
But they said, no, they
Sorry.
couldn't get they couldn't take the thing out, and they were doing it for community service for Burlington Island.
And they wouldn't take the trash?
No, they accepted it. They said, that's okay, well, that's fine, just throw it in the island.
Yeah, because if that ever happens, just have him call my cell phone number. I'll come right over there.
They actually got over there for me 2 weeks ago. They got a new trailer that I had built a few years ago. They hauled that over to one of the flat bottom boats, so now I have 2 4x4 trailers over there and a 6-footer trailer over there now too, you know, to start moving the bigger stuff if I possibly can. Because if I can move the bigger stuff, I can get it down to recycling and I can get some cash for it.
All right,
So that was my plan all along.
put a little plan together for what we need left to do with the docks, and then get with me, and I will, first off, I'm gonna send her an email, introducing myself as the board president, when we reach in there.
I think we need somebody to, I think something about the docks, one of the problems that I've run into is that I came up with a recommendation, since a lot of that boards are now getting worked on there, they're just sitting there, because we do have plenty of lumber to do the majority of the docks. Problem is we try to use long boards, they're gonna be crooked as hell now. And my plan was to redesign so the boards were crossways. That way the only thing you needed a 3-foot length.
Yeah, a lot more cuts, but,
A lot more cuts, but now you can cut out the best stuff and throw it away.
right.
You know what I mean?
You know, pressure treated wood has that tendency, if you don't get it
You don't
strapped
use it
away.
right away, and the guy did supply us with enough they supplied us with enough lumber to do 9 complete docks.
So the lumber just laying there?
Just like that.
Did it actually start to,
Oh, yeah, some of them are going bigger, some
see,
of them are all.
as long as they're this way, but not this way,
Yeah, that's some of
we
them
can
are.
wet them and get them to come back.
Right. Well, Joe and I worked on it one day down there, when the guy quit and said he's not doing it anymore and all that kind of stuff. Me and Joe went down there, we spent a day down there, and we even had another guy with us, and we couldn't do it.
You couldn't get them?
It was tough, I mean, it was tough work, but the work that the guy was doing plus he's on probation for this or whatever it was, so and I think he even said he ended up losing his house and filing for bankruptcy in the middle of all that too, you know what I mean, so.
But he has a box of fasteners that we need.
He had the box of fasteners and he has the 3-foot hinge that mounts on the end of the dock, so you could put two docks together.
Okay.
So my idea always was to, if we could get the docks restored, we could float them across, at least put them on the island now they're out of the way. We can't put them in the water, we don't have the permits for them.
Right.
My idea, I had spoke with Greg Curtin about this, and I was in question of what are you doing with where the sailboats used to be tied up. And he said they don't think they're going to be putting those docks in anymore. I spoke with the police department when there was a problem with somebody on the island, and I spoke with the Marine police. I says, would it be to your advantage if we had one floating dock put in between those poles, and we put another one that went onto the mainland, so for quick response? They said that's an excellent idea. They would like to see that.
And the only problem is you gotta get permission from, because it's title board, the state.
Well, I don't know if you would, because Curtin always had the permit for it.
Yeah, but it probably expired, that's why I'm not gonna put, if he still has a permit,
Well,
then we're okay.
according to Greg Curtin, he says, I don't know who it was, but I think I remember that we normally sent 2 checks out to somebody once a year.
Yeah, you gotta talk to one of the girls.
So he didn't know, but he was kind enough to give me a lot of his files so I could duplicate it.
Yeah.
Because the files he gave the telephone poles, the water lines, the telephone lines, everything that was originally was on the island at one time. You know what I
Probably
mean?
the girls would know
The
exactly.
girls
where that
probably
went.
know why they're not using that.
Right.
And if we could take over, maybe it only costs $100 a year to rent between 2 of them poles and find out if a Curtin will put one of their floating docks there, and then we could tie off the back of it. This way we got an easy run for anybody that's on city, or the police department's got to go on the island and just go down the ramp, go straight across the run. I'll clear a big trail on the other side of it,
Right.
tie right in the hard trails, and we're good to go.
First thing we'll do is work on what's left on the docks, and I'll contact community service.
Right.
If not, I'm gonna go over and take a look, because I got all kind of stuff, I mean, if we have fasteners, we can get it
Well,
done.
Fastenal gave, according to this Donald Dunlap, according to him, he was all excited that they actually gave him, because he ran out of fasteners, and he went over there and talked to them about it. They donated a box of them. And I'm almost positive the box was worth $300, $400. Yeah, because I think they were stainless steel.
Stainless,
No, they're
yeah.
the epoxy-coated power screws that goes right through steel, 1/4 inch, like.
And they won't snap,
this
they
big.
won't snap off.
And we didn't even have the tools that could handle putting them in.
Yeah, see, I got a hammer drill and all that stuff.
We didn't have the tools even to do the,
Okay, we'll get on that, because that's something, now's the time to do it, because it's cool out, you don't sweat.
yeah, you don't have,
There's no
and
bugs,
you
there's
don't
no
have,
bees that can
you
attack.
don't have all the traffic at the docks anymore either.
Right, well, soon they're gonna pull their docks out
Right.
if the public works director sees fit to allow them to do it.
Yep.
That's not a priority, but, all right, any other old business?
Yes, the resolution that, we've put together, are we going to designate a meeting, a specific meeting at which to give these to the girls?
I'd like to do it, well, you had a December date on it, I'd like to do it then.
Yeah,
If
how
we
about
can
the
get
next
'em.
meeting? Oh, the other thing I want to talk about is the December meeting. Should we run an ad to change that to that Thursday?
If we don't have to, if Bev says we can meet here on a Tuesday night, then no, we don't have to do that.
Okay.
We just
Is
have to.
everybody okay with Tuesday night?
Fine.
I must have been looking at the 2012 calendar. when
I
said
never
it's
am, but, oh well, it's always right in the middle of deer season when I'm home and tired, but that's okay, I come in.
Okay, okay.
I just come a
All
little
right,
early.
I'll call Beth tomorrow and ask her if it's okay.
Actually, one time we had no November meeting, it was November, December combined, and it was the first week of December. Then when we went to 2 meetings a month, we ended up with 1 meeting in November and 1 meeting in December. Even when we had 2 meetings a month, because of the holidays. Check with Bev, and if the 10th is good, fine. If it can't be done on the 10th, then we're gonna have to re-advertise it. You'll send an email to everybody, let them know it'll be the
Okay.
12th.
Actually, I might not be able to make it to Tuesday or Thursday that week. I have to have something done and I might not be able
Well,
to make it,
we'll
so.
take it.
to, get a hold of someone who can, reporter if I can.
Any other old business? New business? Does any manager have any new business?
Yeah, I have a comment. I just wanted to pass it on to the board that, I've acquired, some, trail cameras for the island. And, they'll be placed over there in strategic locations, to keep an eye. I've been told that there's possibly people hunting over there. And, so there's gonna be trail cameras placed over there to monitor activity on the island when there's nobody else over there. And, these are digital cameras. They'll take, up to 3,200 pictures. They have night vision, and they also are, sonar operated, and they also have, infrared. So you might want to pre-warn or forewarn anybody that you know that might visit the island in a illegal hunting way, let's put it that way. Because otherwise the pictures will be taken of them and will be either passed on to the police department or wherever it's got to go. Because theoretically, around the lake is all green acres, there's no hunting on green acres, and the other side of the island is private property.
Has it been posted yet?
Have we posted it?
Hasn't been posted, nobody's taken the effort to post it.
Hal, you did run them guys off that you found there with stands, right?
Yeah.
How many
But there's
signs
still-
do we need?
Well,
I got a roll, but you know what? It's almost worthless to post because the wind takes them off the trees and the people tear them down. Has been posted 2 or 3 times, and within a week of posting them signs, they're gone.
Last time, sorry, all due respect, last time it was posted, Murray Sunstein was president. And I posted it, and I think Don picked up a few postings.
Yep.
And that's been some time ago.
Yeah.
We should really.
And how long did them signs last?
I offered to pay for them, and so did, I believe that Joe.
I got a
offered
roll
it.
of signs right in
And
my
I
garage.
think Joe offered a bunch he would give them too. It's just getting somebody over there to post them.
I made a comment to, I talked to Scott Harpoon, about 2 weeks ago about posting the island, and, I recommended I would go down and I'd purchase the signs, and, they would be approximately every, 100 yards around the island. And his comment was he didn't like it because it'll look like an amusement park over there with all these yellow or orange signs all around it, and it'll look like a nuclear wasteland. So I kind of like threw my arms up in the air and I said, well, he says, how about one just where people go on the island? I says, yeah, we could do that too.
Yeah, but you never know where they go on.
Yeah, I don't know where they go on.
Is he talking about the no hunting signs?
Yes.
But, all right, correct me if I'm wrong, because I might be. I thought that the signs had to be posted to do anything about people hunting over
They
there.
have to be signed also, and they have to be
All
current.
right, now
That's
who,
something.
that's because, I know, because I had friends who have farmed and.
Yeah, well, I had my property signed and the guys got called on it by us and the game wardens and they got added a ticket, so
Well,
don't believe
still.
anything you're told.
This is one of the reasons that I've gone ahead and I've purchased, if only, see, I originally only thought about buying these cameras was for, wildlife pictures. And then it dawned on me, well, if I stick these at the strategic locations, I'm not going to get somebody walking by carrying a gun, you know, any one of those. And if that's the case, I don't know how I would identify who they are unless I recognize them. But at least I could say to the city police or wherever it is, I see this was somebody on the island, and here's their picture.
Well, if he's wearing a hunting license, you can photograph his license.
The camera takes the picture,
The
whatever
only
it
bad thing
takes.
about that
If
is
they
with
take their
tools like
face, if
this,
they take a
it's
leg,
very
whatever they
Now,
have,
these
when you
will
trip.
last,
They're deer cameras.
these will last nearly 6 months, surprisingly enough. It's all digital. It's very low, turned on, turned off.
And
Only
radio
when-
don't bother it or anything?
No, it's all.
Yeah, they're deer cameras.
These
I
are,
don't know what the, I've never heard of
I
it.
got it.
yeah, these are submergible even. You can put them underwater even, you know.
I'm just asking, I've never.
Quite, and it's amazingly quite sophisticated. I was really surprised when I got it. I go, goodness, this is pretty nice.
Who do the signs have to be signed by?
It has to be signed by
The owner
Congress.
release it. The owner release it.
Any board member sign it?
When I sign them, I just sign it for Island Managers, BOIN.
And I think it needs to be dated too, doesn't it?
Yes.
No, not really.
I still
You
think,
said you have signed?
I mean, you get data, but once the sign's up, the date doesn't matter. You don't have to renew them every year.
You said you have signs?
I have a roll of signs in my garage.
Yeah.
I gave you what, half a dozen to put
Yeah.
near them stands?
yeah, I did.
I actually typed him up a letter
had two
Okay,
left.
for hunters beware, you know, wear your presence, blah, 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 you're not allowed to be here. And he ran into some guys and they said they didn't know and took their stuff off, but it's the Pennsylvania guys coming from Bristol. I can tell you that. And now they got nerve to come park they used to sneak across from Bristol, now they literally bring their trucks over and launch.
Well,
You see their,
if Don and Hal will post them, I'll sign them.
I don't think you wanna sign your name. I mean, I went through this in court, believe me, be real frustrated.
Are we allowed to even post the city side of the island? That's why I was warned, I was
Nope,
told.
you're not the owner or leasing.
I was
The
told
sign
I
is
wasn't
invalid.
I was told that I couldn't do anything on the city side, so I'm
The
thinking.
sign's invalid.
That's what I thought, well, that's where they all hunt at, more or less, you know what I mean?
Well, they're also more up on the manager's end from the old snack shack in. So, yeah.
Maybe we ought to just charge them money and let them do it. Here's some income. Grant it to them.
Mr. President.
Real quick, cause we're almost.
Okay,
out of
real
time.
quick, the city has no firearms discharge in the city, so it's
Unless
covered.
legally engaged in hunting. Read the ordinance, unless legally engaged in hunting. I hunt the creek, and I have every right to be there because I'm
And
legally
also, if you go down
engaged.
East Federal Street.
We can, I used to hunt the geese right off the south end of the island. And nobody could say anything because it's tidal water and it's under jurisdiction of the Coast Guard.
One other thing, there is a Facebook page that has popped up, and I don't know whether it's good or bad. It's a closed group, and it's called something along the lines of Adventurers of Burlington Island. And that might be where some of the hunters are at. If somebody can get invited, you have to be invited into it.
Expeditionaries?
Expeditionaries, I don't know if
No.
that,
There's, no.
but telling them, they might be able to pass it along that there's no hunting if
I'm
somebody
a
can.
member of that
Okay.
group.
All right,
It's been dormant since I passed the word on to the Cook family to get the trailer over. It's been dormant since.
okay.
Well, like I say, all I want to do is let it be known to the board and the public that there will be cameras over there.
Any other new business? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.